done.
How's my hair?
It looks held down perfectly by your mic, by your headset.
Thank God.
Right?
It's been a long day. Oosh. I'm like literally on my third shift.
All right.
We started at 3 a.m.
We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Silly Side TV. Welcome to the Silly Side Comedy Club. I'm Brent.sills, and I'm sitting here today with a good friend of mine from down in sunny Florida. Hater. It's Gretchyn Boshart. Thanks for joining us today, Gretchyn. So good to see you.
Oh my God, I've been waiting all year to do this with you. I'm so excited.
You're like one of my favorite people I've met in comedy since I started about a year ago. Mostly because the second you and I connected, or I don't even know how it specifically had happened, but the second we connected, I was like, that's my sister. We seem to have a thing that we just...
A thing, and you can't explain it. It was just like that with you. You were my compadre.
You were like, hey man, we should talk about something. I just gave you my phone number, and you called me 3 seconds later, and then we talked for an hour. And I was like, it's like I've known you my whole life. So it's amazing.
And then normal people don't understand. We meet 1,200 people that say they're comics a day. So when we actually connect,
it's so true.
It's kind of special because it's like, oh, I actually get this guy, and he's gonna be successful, and he's gonna it's a very different experience because you meet so many people that want to be comics and flame out, and you
can see how
I meet you and I'm like, oh no, that's my bitch. Oh, let's do this.
Yeah,
he's talented, he's amazing, he's funny, he's got ambition, and you respect that. But we meet 500 people a day. We don't give them our telephone numbers. Yeah. So
it's true. It's true, man. And I think that there's certain people that are there was a quote I think out of a movie I liked once, and it said something, I'll butcher it, but it's something about some people walk the talk, some people talk the walk, but the people that are actually doing the work can't hear anybody because they're not there. They're fucking because it was from Hustle and Flow, the movie.
I don't know about that quote, but I once said if a comic bitches in the forest and you're not around to hear it, do you give a shit?
Well, cheers to you, lady. Nice to meet you.
Cheers. I'm so glad we're doing this, man.
Ooh. Having drinks on a Monday afternoon like every real estate professional should.
Oh, yes. Bring vodka. This is the worst I've ever seen it. My parents paid 18% in the 80s. I have, in 30-year career, I've never seen it this bad. It's terrifying.
The world is in such a state of flux from every different angle. Everything is a different state of flux. So it's crazy that we're even trying to do comedy right now, but it's what else are we going to do? Try to figure it all out? I'd rather be telling jokes and making people laugh.
Well, not real estate. That isn't paying real well.
Yeah. What's real estate doing down in Florida right now? What are you guys up to? Are you guys selling lots? Are you fighting over deals?
It is seller's market, not enough inventory, worst I've ever seen it in 30 years.
Yeah.
People are begging. And when this free money dries up, something really awful is about to happen.
Feels like there's a foot about to drop.
We have so many buyers right now that have free money and a year of free money that count as income.
Yeah. Trying
to buy stuff, but we don't have enough people confident in the market to sell stuff. So it's this. I have never seen shit being gone in 3 days. Every single time they list it, 3 days gone. 3 days gone.
It's the same market that we have here right now.
Yeah.
It's challenging for a realtor because every deal you have, there's 15 or 20 or more offers. So, there's a 1 out of 20 chance you're getting a paycheck. And most of the time you're not. So it's a lot of spinning the tires for not a lot of reward. And I know the nice thing about being a realtor is if you do a deal, where I live anyways, things are north of 500,000 every day. Most things are 800 to $1 million. So, when you get a paycheck, you're getting 25 grand or something. I mean, yeah, it does go a long way. Or so my wife tells me, even though I haven't done a real estate deal in over a year because I'm a comedian now.
Well, the average down here is more like $6,000 unless you're one of the 2%ers. So
yeah,
you're making $6,000 on a deal, but nobody wants to give it away or sell it away right now. So
yeah, you're just sitting there.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, but you don't rely on that all the time because you're actually a pretty busy comic. You're all over the place. I see you're on planes every other week. You're flying around. You're like,
oh, I'm so blessed. Oh my God. They told me I wasn't funny, but I was getting hired from like my 8th day to feature. And I was like, well, I might be new, but I'm definitely funny. Give me a break.
How new are you? When did you start?
I started, I just came up on my 2-year.
Nice.
My 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
But I got hired to feature my 8th day for kind of actually a bit of money.
Right. So,
and then they hired me back the minute I got down off stage. They made me open, and I said, wait a minute. Why am I opening? And he said, you're a comic now. Get the fuck up and go where they tell you. It'll make you a better comic. And I said, okay. And so I got up and I went where they told me to.
Yeah.
And then I got hired the minute I got down to come back a month later. And I was like, okay, I have a product. I have a product now. Let me see if I can force that and work that, because that's what we want.
Well, Gretchen, I love that story of how you started. I love it to bits, but on behalf, because most people won't tell you this because, you're a lady and all, the people are afraid to tell women the truth. And, I'm not one of those people. So I'm going to go ahead and on behalf of all the other comics, I just want to go ahead and say, fuck you.
Fuck you.
I know. Fuck you, booked 8 days in. You're like, oh, I'm going to do comedy now. And 8 days later,
get a haters wanted shirt. Go ahead.
It took me 23 days to get my first paid gig. People watched at home. Sorry, comics at home. We thought it was going to be easy, so it was.
It took you 20 whole more days.
It took me 20 more days than you. They talk about equality.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. We can't say that because it makes us sound douchey. There have been guys doing this like a million years.
Yeah, and it
just makes us. But I'm not trying to sound douchey. I'm trying to sound like I worked really hard
for those 8
and
days.
Somebody recognized that I did that, and they hired me. And they recognized that I didn't care about my ego or somebody telling me how fucking awesome I was. But they hired me back. Like, that was important to me, that not only I got up, I was out of my depth. And you've been here. I know you have, because you have the most interesting story of all. Yours might be funnier than mine. But I just felt like I didn't disappoint somebody that believed in me and gave me a shot. And I was so honored to be hired back and so humbled. But it gets fucked up after that, like seriously fucked up after that, because that's where it gets confusing. Half the camp hates you, half the camp loves you because you did a good job. Have you experienced this, or is it just me?
No, there's a lot of truth to it. There's how do you unpack that? It's like, first of all, you get something really good happen early on, which is fantastic. We both experienced that. But then it's kind of like going to the best resort first, because then after that, you're like, oh, I'm not going to the 6-star resort this time. I'm going to the 3-star. Where's my fucking towels?
There's no green room. There's 3 coconut guys hitting on you at the parking lot.
You're like, where's
just
my
like
rundown?
that.
What, right? So,
that's true.
So when you peak early, because you get some opportunities early, there can be some of a little bit of let down when afterwards you realize how hard it is to fight for some of these gigs and some of these opportunities. But the difference is between, maybe somebody like you or I, if I can put us in the same category, would be compared to maybe some other people, is we're hustlers. We're grinders. We've been making money on our own any way we could by the skin of our fucking teeth. Whatever we got to do, we're hustling, right? And we don't work 8 hours a day. We work all the hours of the day doing whatever we love doing right now. And if it's real estate, that's what we do. If it's selling money, that's what we do. If it doesn't matter what we're doing. If we're doing it, we're doing it. So when we start doing comedy, when we're like,
they don't like that. They don't like you doing it well. They want you to actually not do that.
Yeah, because we'll make the phone calls. We'll call the clubs and we'll ask for the opportunities. We'll call people we don't know and go, hey, what are you doing?
And we don't care if they say fuck off. It doesn't matter. We're in real estate.
People.
We hear no all day long, but we still make 25 grand in transactions.
Yeah.
So we don't, and yes, it's just like that.
So maybe that's part of it is if you're newer starting out, it's to really, assess that hunger. Be hungry. Make those calls and reach out and try, and you fail. I fail all the time. I bombed on a bunch of stages this last little while that really sucked.
You did?
I did, man.
Shut up. I want the memo on this. You really did.
Well, I think I did. I mean, you get prepared to do
No, I'm not asking what you think. Did they laugh or did they not?
No, there was a couple pity laughs, but shit. It was rough. I was trying new, I'm not afraid to try something totally different, right? It's like my old
Were
stuff.
Were they paid or open mic though?
No, this was open mic. I wouldn't.
Okay, so you're not expecting, the whole point of open mic is the gym workout before you go to the prize fight.
Yeah. No, I don't fuck up a prize fight.
You're supposed to fuck up open mics. If you're not trying and bombing, you're not stretching.
Yeah.
I have a different philosophy than most. You just got to be perfect all the time. Hell no. You walking on water? My name's not Jesus. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna go to some shitty open mic with 4 people in it, but I'll tell you this. I know if that guy in the corner fucking laughs, I got a bit. The other 3 don't give a shit. They're drunk as fuck and they ain't even paying attention. But I know if that guy laughs, he didn't laugh at all this year.
Right.
I got a bit started. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
There's a process. What have you gone through?
Are you a laugher? Are you an easy laugher? If you're out watching comedy,
No.
you're not an easy laugher?
Oh, hell no.
No, okay. So I'm an easy laugher. So if I don't have any ego, nothing attached to me, I'm just if you say something that I find funny, I'm gonna laugh. And I don't care if I'm in the front row, the back row, waiting in the green room, it doesn't matter. If I find you
you're
funny,
talking about cool versus uncool. I don't care about any of that. I either laugh because I thought it was funny or I don't laugh because I didn't get it.
But you'll laugh.
If you think it's funny, I won't laugh at stuff that I don't get or don't find funny because that comes off, that's not me. That's disingenuous.
I'm with you with that.
But I will also stand in the back of the room so nobody notices I'm not laughing, if that makes any sense. I'm not trying to be the center of attention and be not funny. I'm just standing in the back observing. And if you get me to start laughing, my dad is one of the funniest assholes on this planet.
Nice.
We don't even talk. Haven't talked in decades. But I know where I got my sense of humor. My mother. No, my dad. He's stupid. He should have tried stand-up. But I would stand in the back of the room growing up, not even understanding that, double entendre, the sexual jokes.
Yeah. Stand
in the back of the room and understand what greatness looked like in comedy. He didn't even care about getting paid or ever did it on a mic.
Okay.
But I know what like entertaining people looks like. So I learned some shit.
So you grew up with a little bit of this stuff around you.
It's like, sorry, Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I did a show for Billy Joel in Nashville twice, actually. He was the most naturally funny person I've ever met,
Really?
outside my dad.
Okay.
And I remember saying when I started stand up, because they were like, there are rules and you got to do this and you got to do this. And I go, yeah, I'll pit Billy Joel against any one of you motherfuckers any day of the week. He is the most, I will pay him extra to just stand there and talk about being married to Christy Brinkley.
Right.
It was the funniest shit I've ever heard. That was my dad.
Okay.
He just was himself. And people probably would have paid extra to stand there 10 extra minutes. And somehow I kind of got a little bit of that. And people want to hang around after to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah.
And you feel very blessed for that, you know.
It's like a cadence. It's like a dialect or a different, wavelength of language that, some you get lucky and you figure it out or you have a bit of it. It's not just about thinking of something funny. It's knowing when to say it and how to, let the tension build a little and, how to let people
It's
know.
definitely knowing when to, like, the give and take is just like sex. Whether you're going to be on top,
Right.
give a little push, come a little in. There's definitely a tension there.
Yes.
You got that
right. For me, I'm a bit of a selfish lover, so really it's mostly about me all the time. You need a muse, right? You do need. If you don't have a muse, you're just working alone, and that's not a lot of fun.
You don't want to ask me. I killed my last 2 dates. Well, one of them I almost killed. The next one I actually killed, heart attack.
Oh,
they ruled it an accident. You weren't there for that, Mike.
You have to definitely, as a woman or a man, I think that be honest with yourself. If you're going to go out with somebody, we're all disgusting, gross human creatures. Why not go with somebody that has a yacht and that they're probably going to die soon? Why not, right? Like, it's a good life to lead.
Well,
so,
let's see.
How did you I need to know. So, like, how did you go from starting right away, total firecracker, gets rocking, and then you get signed to a record label? What the fucking fuck? How the fuck? I didn't know record labels signed comedians. I'm like, when did this happen?
Coming from the guy who moved to LA after meeting that fan on a fucking mic. So, hang on. That's why this is funny. Dave Clark, who was back in the days, retired now, but I edited, and he actually runs one of my writing rooms from when I was a book editor. Okay. So Dave comes to me one day and he says, your Facebook posts are ridiculous. You gotta try stand up.
Wow.
And I went, Dave, I've known you 10 years. You've never actually heard my voice, but it sounds like it got run over by a car. And he goes, now that's fucking funny. Start with that. And I go, why would you? No, I'm not doing stand-up. Well, I took a night and I thought about it. Like, I'm empty nesting. My kids are all grown. I just went through the worst breakup in history publicly for the second time. And Dave was like, I'm telling you, you got to do this. And I'm like, but why? And he goes, oh, here's what you don't know me. Here's what you don't know about me in the 10 years we've been friends. I came up on the Boston circuit with Stephen Wright. I've written for Paula Poundstone, Sandler, and he started name dropping, and he goes, and I don't want anything. And I go, why are you doing this? And he goes, you're better than all of us. You just don't know it yet. I was like, I had that ooh moment. And so he said, I want you to put together 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And you're going to go in Orlando. He's in Boston. He's fucking far away. I've never actually talked to this human being outside the internet.
Wow.
And he goes, you're going to do this. Come to find out, we had a local Orlando comic that went to my high school after I graduated. So I went to him and I was like, if I was going to do an open mic, where would I go?
Yeah.
And I got up and I winged 5 minutes about my first date in 30 years. And then day 8, I got hired to feature. And day 90, the record label came to find me. I was like, hey, Dave, as much as I hate to admit a dude was right ever in my life, you win.
That's amazing.
Yeah. 2 years later, him and his wife just paid for my new studio.
Amazing.
I signed a deal with Syndicate, and next thing I know, shit started showing up at my front door, and we needed green screens, mics, mixing boards. Amazon just kept, and I said, oh my God, are you dying? He said, no, I just really kicked you out of the nest. I owe you one.
Wow. And that goes,
I said, I don't know whether to kill you or buy you a Lexus.
This goes to show anybody that wants to get in this game, wants to get into comedy. This goes to show you that, like, put your intentions out there. Tell
and be good about it.
What you want. You, like, go online and reach out to people. Like, this is what we've done. We met each other because we just reached out to each other online, and now, like, now Gretchen's, going to be performing inside this comedy club next Monday for a live audience when we're locked down. Like, we're on lockdown, right?
We don't give a shit.
We get to do these things and find a way to work it out by just reaching out to people online and finding other people that get it. If Gretchen wins, I win, right?
It's
the water
just
rises
like that.
together. Right? So, like, that's how I look at it. And with all comics,
it's just like that.
There's more than enough for all of us. We all have different styles and tastes, and, there's an audience for everyone.
But anybody that looks at the old school comedy will tell you back in the day when Boston blew up, they all came up together. You didn't get anywhere without going through Mitzi Shore to the Letterman show. And if you don't that, you never worked again. Like, it's just like musicians. Everybody comes up together as a group. The thing that pisses me off about comics is they don't get it. You can't get there by yourself. Elton John didn't get there by himself. Fucking Billy Idol didn't get there by himself. Keith Urban didn't get there by himself. You've got to surround yourself with people better than you that can mentor you and that believe in you.
Yes.
And then you all step up together. But let's face it, be humble, because there's somebody bigger than you that believed in you and is bringing you. That was Dave. That's Eddie Brill. That's Pete Trabucco and Radio and Dino Bonillo at like Syndicate. Yeah. Those guys are so much bigger than me, bringing me up.
So you've
spoken
to Eddie before? You've spoken to Eddie Brill a couple times?
Yeah.
So, poor Eddie. So tell Eddie.
Poor Eddie had to talk to me? Oh, I know.
So tell Eddie.
He didn't seem offended.
That I apologize that he was at the Mitzi Shore's anniversary party, her birthday party at it was a Zoom orientated type thing that was going on through the Comedy Store, and it was 3 in the morning, and I just happened to not sleep because I'm a comedian, and we don't sleep well. So I was up, you know, I'd already masturbated 9 times. There was nothing left. So I'm watching this thing with the Comedy Store. I'm watching, and then Andy Brill was on there, you know, giving his regards and stuff to Mitzi, and he was talking to who's the booker there? What's her name? Eric. I can't.
I have no idea.
Anyways, it'll come to me in a second. Anyways,
I'm from Florida. We have no
anyway.
inside info about this.
So I started chirping Eddie. I started chirping him because I was like, "Hey man, like, what did you?" He was wearing a shirt with this with a name tag on it. I was like, "Hey, you just finished delivering fridges," and I was chirping him, and he was like, and then he chirped me back, and he was like, "Hey, I remember when I wrote my first joke," and I was like, "I remember when you told some of your own jokes. Why don't you tell some of those and telling everybody else's, right?" And like we were chirping back and forth. I was being an asshole, but I was being antagonistic.
You were definitely being an asshole.
100%, right? I was being an asshole. You know, I would like, you know, when you're a little puppy and you're, you know, grabbing the legs of the big dogs. Yep. You know, you're just trying to get a, you know, and you know what? He did the best thing ever because he chirped me back, which fucking made my week. The whole week I was happy because like I got a little interaction with him. I got a little interaction with Dice Clay. I got a little interaction with Pauly Shore. Like I'm getting little interactions here and there that just feed the soul. They don't mean anything, but it means the world is small enough that, you know, Pauly Shore can like one of my pictures. And that just fucking makes me so excited that there's a possibility, you know? Cheers to those
Fair
guys.
enough.
Cheers to Eddie.
I get that. Cheers. No, Eddie's great. I actually had a conversation with him this week. Somebody made the introduction.
There's a comic,
you know,
talk about just reaching out randomly. You know, there's different message boards. There's a lot of them are private that the outside world can't get into. It's just for us comics. And
right.
I'm so grateful that I'm one of those comics now that gets to go in these little private groups. In this one group, I made a comment about something. Next thing you know, I'm chatting with somebody, and it turns out 35-year veteran at the Comedy Store, you know, paid regular. Lou Deck is his name. Shout out Lou.
Hi Lou.
Right? Holy shit! I'm having a conversation.
He's fucking amazing.
On my phone with Lou Deck.
He's so solid. He's amazing.
Yes. So
I mean, he's not Kevin Hart, but anybody who's in this industry, if you don't respect Lou, that fucking guy paved the way for a lot of us, and he's solid, and they respect him.
Yeah.
You gotta love Lou.
Right? And he's answering my messages and talking to me. Like, I feel like...
Right.
Unbelievable. Like, that's such a, you know...
honor.
Yeah, such a cool thing. And what happened was, I'll indulge just a little bit. The last day I was in L.A., before I came home, I said to myself, I wouldn't go anywhere unless I was performing. I had one day left. It was the potluck at the Comedy Store. I went down on the Monday. I signed up for everything. I didn't get any spots. But I went to the Comedy Store as a comic, through the back door, didn't pay. And when I was there, a bunch of cool things happened. I won't go through them all. You can read it in my book. But one of the cool things that happened was I was standing outside smoking a giant joint, like this fucking big, because I'm at the Comedy Store, and that's what you're supposed to do, right? So I'm in the back parking lot where you'd see the likes of Tony Ferguson, Joe Rogan, people like that. It was the Kill Tony show that night. So I was out there.
Oh my God, I love Tony.
Right? I saw him in the bathroom. I had one of those moments where you're like, dude, I can't fucking introduce myself. You just had your dick in your hand. It's fucking weird.
Wait a minute. You saw him in the bathroom and you didn't jerk him off? What the fuck?
You know, I know, right? Like, I'm sorry.
That was your shot.
It was my shot. I missed it. Sorry, Tony. You know what? You probably had better. Man, you would be the second man I've ever jerked off, Tony, and I didn't do it for you. I'm sorry. I was the first. Anybody wondering at home, I was the first.
Tony, I'm so sorry. On behalf of the Grateful Nation.
Yeah. So I'm standing out in the parking lot, and this white Cadillac pulls in, right? Nice big caddy pulls in. Older gentleman gets out. He's got a nice jacket on. He's looking good. White hair, just perfect, right? $1 million. I happen to be standing where the rope was. He walks to the rope. I was a doorman for years. I've owned restaurants. I can't even help myself. I open the thing for him. He walks through. He puts his hand on my shoulder. Thanks, kid. You know, I shut the thing. He walks into the club. I end up sitting in the back of the belly room with this gentleman. His name's Argus. And I end up sitting there while he hosted the entire show. And I got like a fucking education Like, you wouldn't believe watching every comic go on and come off and the things he said to them and how he interacted. And the comics that came off clapping and cheering for the next comic were the best. And the couple
were the
that came
ones you
off,
want to align yourself with because they
Yeah.
don't care about competing with you.
it was amazing.
They're talented enough. It's not a competition.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just like that. It's like I have 5 co-hosts right now on my new show with Syndicate, and they're all women,
Amazing.
and they're brilliant and funny and talented.
Yeah.
And you know
Are you
what?
doing all women? Is that your focus right now for that part, that show?
Yeah, damn right.
Nice, nice. I got a couple girls I've just been noticing lately there's one down in Florida. Oh my God, she is so funny. I've seen her. She was on a Dat fan show with me. I saw her, and then and she's down in Florida, so I got to find
Who
her
is
name
it?
here. I'm gonna tell you in just a second. We've been messaging.
I love that you had to look it up. Like, who is it?
Yeah, just give me one. You know what it's like when just like
Fair
you said,
enough.
like we talk to hundreds of people, and then
Like
you're like
1,200 a night.
So sometimes it's
so
hard to remember at
many.
the top of your head, when we're doing this stuff. But let me give her a shout out here in just a second. But there's a bunch of women in comedy that, man, down in LA, there's this girl Nishi. She is so friggin' funny, and I got to do a bunch of shows with her. She was amazing. So many really.
Well, we have a Playboy Playmate coming in Brooklyn who's done the belly room and from LA and out of Brooklyn to begin with. She's a badass bitch.
Have you met Sally
yeah, it's
Mullins?
a good show.
Did you meet Sally
sorry?
yet? Sally Mullins? Have you met her?
I know Sally just from the internet. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't done a show with her,
I've done
but I know
few
who
shows.
she is.
Yeah, I did a few shows with her, especially like a year ago, and she started doing a bunch of other shows, but I've done a few shows with her. God, she's
I've done
funny.
her with Dat fan in LA on that side.
Nice,
So
yeah,
she showed up on
funny.
the Verge.
So I'm going to butcher Amanda's name, but it's Amanda
Casey
Casey.
from Orlando.
You know her?
Yeah,
Robert?
she's on Fail to Render with us
Dude, she's
in
funny.
virtual reality.
Is she not funny as fuck or what, right?
She's great. She's new, but she's great.
And she's newer
And she's
too.
fantastic.
Yeah, and she's like, you recognize certain people. She's like us, man. She's on a show every day, if not more than one, and she's just,
She's working her face off.
Yeah.
I've tried to actually sit down with her and write with her in Orlando because we ended up in the same mic when I was headlining for FTR. And I was like, wait, you're from Orlando. She started post-pandemic, and I was like, well, girls rule. Let's get together. But
how?
she's been so busy.
Oh my God.
I can't get her to come 30 minutes to meet me for lunch. God love her. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Gretchen, that is amazing. SeaWorld, this is crazy.
Good for her.
There's a person I had no idea that you knew at all,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And
I
saw
only
her-
met her the once. She went on a mic in front of me, and
Yeah.
she's new and young, but she was great.
She was great.
She's got some great Disney jokes.
I have a whole Disney bit. If anybody goes onto, most people don't know, but I have 2 YouTube channels. I have one that's just Brent Sills, and then I have the whole silly side one. The one with Brent Sills has my first 17 sets ever done in comedy, and one of them on there is about Disney. It's kind of funny.
I'm actually getting sued by them for a fucking YouTube channel I didn't put up.
What?
Yeah.
Disney's suing you?
Oh, over some Disney jokes.
Wow. I cancel that last request. Don't go look at my Disney jokes. I don't want to get sued with Gretchen. They say you haven't
That is
succeeded.
youtube.com/Gretchen with a Y-N Boshart, Boshart. They're still up. I don't like Disney movies.
Oh my goodness.
Why I'm getting sued. I'm also getting sued by the Jewish Coalition.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think I already won that one. I'm getting Lenny bruised by everybody.
You don't matter till you've been sued, Gretchen. This is how it works.
At least twice, or
You gotta
3
get-
times, or
yeah.
15, or your cousin emails your record label. My day.
Mondays, man. Mondays.
It's,
Silly
I
Side
need
TV.
more of these.
So you got set up 2 years ago. You'd had that really good gig, couple good gigs, and then you got signed to a record label. And then next thing I know, you're flying from Florida. You're down on the East Coast. You're going back and forth doing shows. What is going on next? Like, how are you keeping all this stuff together, man?
I just realized very quickly that I had, and it was really important to me. I wanted something that I could sell, or like a product I was proud of. So I did all of that. And then next thing I know, I started touring. You know, that's the next step. You go from local, like, I'm so sorry, local economy to that next step. And now you're charging $100 a night, $400 a night, and now you're in Idaho, and you're in Detroit, and you're in, and you have to stand your ground, because I said no to so many people that were like, come to Hawaii on vacation and come throw my hike. And I'm
you were just talking about, I saw your post about this, and I was like,
800 million people are paying you to get in the door, and you can't afford to pay me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pass. I am going to pass.
Interesting.
I would rather sit at home.
Yeah.
But I'm not flying to Hawaii on my own dime.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah.
I would rather be broke and sit at home. Like, it's insulting.
It seems like
at some point.
It seems like in the comedy industry, there's a lot of where club owners or producers or showmakers, whatever, having expectations that a lot of comedians should do things for next to nothing or free. And I'm a club guy trying to produce shows, so I'm on the other side now, and I'm trying to figure out what's the fair thing, what's the right thing. You know, I want to be able to.
You gotta understand, we can do math.
Yeah.
You got 200 seats at $30 a ticket, and there's 3 of us. I know how much you're making. I can do math. It's simple math.
Yeah.
Now you're insulting me. You want me to work for free, but I know you're making $2-3 grand.
Why do you think
now
that is?
Like,
is that just greed, or is there?
It's just greed. It's just greed or stupidity. Either way, it doesn't matter. It actually, the motivation doesn't matter. I don't go to my day job for free. I don't come to my night job for.
Yeah.
Like, now you're insulting me.
That's a good point. You know,
plenty of people pay me to do this.
Yeah.
But you think I should just come do it for free, and I don't even know you. Like, now you're insulting me.
Yeah. My producer thinks that part of the reason they do that is because they know that comedians have
get away with
jobs. Yeah, they can get away with it. That they're like, oh, this isn't your main income. You're doing this for fun or whatever. Like, you know, I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Well, and if you want those people that don't get paid for a living, by all means, go take advantage of them.
Yeah.
If you'd actually like to put bodies in seats, you hire guys like you and me. We made this our day jobs. We get paid to do it.
This is what I do.
You should hire us.
Yeah, this is all I do.
If everybody could fucking do this.
Yeah. No, they can't.
They could afford studios. My green screen costs more than, like, my first car. You should hire me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Dude, I got $20,000 of equipment in here, and I can't do good sound yet. I got to spend more money. I get it. Like,
my sound gear costs more than my first computer.
Well, I don't want to give it away, guys,
the whole
but
point.
Gretchyn is Gretchyn, I'm so sorry to call you out like this, but I'm going to have to. Gretchyn's not a spring chicken. Gretchyn.
Oh, I'm so fucking old. I'm so old.
Gretchen's like me. We're a couple old fucks breaking into the industry.
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah, me too. And it's like, yeah. So when her first computer weighed 9,000 pounds, and
was that $2,000 paperweight that didn't do shit?
Yeah, I gotta watch.
It ran DOS.
Yeah, MS-DOS. Oh my goodness, man! Did you guys even have cars back then?
We did, but they had
Oh dear, I think we lost your sound for a second. We got to plug you back in. Nope, can't hear you. You got to plug yourself in. You knocked something loose. Oh dear. There we go. You're back. Gretchen's back, everybody. She got so excited she knocked over the mic.
There were T-tops with glitter in our cars. And they were cheaper than our computers.
Wow. T-top. Did I ever have a T-top vehicle? Let me think about that.
Oh, I definitely did.
I must have. Two. Well, the Camaro. The Camaro was a T-top. That's right. I remember the Camaro was a T-top. Always leaked.
No, it was a Nissan Pulsar with glitter in the face.
They had the T-top 300Z. I remember that T-top. That was a nice one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
All I know is it was a stick.
Yes.
I had to trade that in for an automatic so I could beat the kids in the back seat. You can't beat the kids with both hands. One on the wheel and one on the stick. You can't beat the children.
Do you think there's women men or women, that was sexist. Do you think there's anybody under 20 that can drive a standard right now?
Ooh. My kids can because I forced them to. If you wanted to take your driver's license test, you had to go on my stick.
Nice.
And they needed my card. But I definitely think that's going away. I think that's a dude thing now over like 40.
Yes. I believe that's the case.
True.
Real estate. David, let's talk about real estate.
Oh, shit.
Real estate. There's a lot of celebrities out there with a lot of money, and they're not saying much these days. They're not making a lot of comments because they don't want you to know that they're flying around during COVID on their private jets and going from one mansion to another. Well, Gretchen and I are going to have a look at a few celebrity houses, and we're going to decide if they deserve it or if they don't deserve it. So let's have a look. Kevin, can you pull up Kevin Hart's house, David? Let you work on that. Let's see how Kevin Hart be living and see if whether he deserves it.
Did you watch his new special?
Oh. Gretchen might have sounded out there again. I don't hear you, Gretchen. Don't hear you. I don't hear you. I can see the hand signals, but we don't understand. Thank you. What? Now she's communicating with me via hand signals. I don't hear you on the... Listen, I have some friends at home that speak sign language. You should come in and teach me so that I could communicate and do comedy in sign language. I think I hear you again. Gretchen, you back? There you are. Nope. I just heard something. There you go. What happened? David, where'd Gretchen go? Gretchen. Can't hear you, love.
Hold up.
Oh, you're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Whatever you did brought you
Yes! I didn't do shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Not my fault.
Asshole! Oh, no.
Out of all the languages, if you could go like, hey, Brent, speak that language now, sign language would be one of the ones I'd want to learn. Big time. It'd be nice to be able to do that.
Oh, why learn that in like middle school? Can I help you?
All right, we're going to have a look at Kevin Hart's house here and see if he deserves it or not.
Yes.
Let's try this out. David's showing us on the screen here. He's going to try to show Gretchen and me at the same time. See how this works as we work through these amazing technical issues.
Can you guys see my screen?
I can see a screen with...
You can't see the screen, but Gretchen can see it.
Okay. Gretchen can see it. Perfect. I can't see Gretchen, but I can see a screen. There's Gretchen. Hello.
I see you.
I see you.
I don't see Kevin Hart's house, though.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes!
It's coming. Technology, people.
Are we going to sell it?
Are we gonna let's sell? You know what?
I
Can you
don't know if
imagine,
it's
Gretchen,
up
you
for
and I?
sale, but
Oh,
maybe
yes, we should only sell multi-million-dollar mansions owned by comedians.
that aren't fucking available. That would be even funny. Let's do
Okay.
that.
What's he got? Can you see that, Gretchen? Can you see what we're looking at?
I can see the all right, the pool sucks. I'd expect him to have a nicer pool.
I mean, he is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's gotta
At
be
$3.5 million, or even 3.3, which by the way means he's gonna sell it for 3, but or probably 2.9.
Yeah.
But they use like fat like house tour letters. Oh, that's kind of cheesy.
It's got a bit of a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of vibe to it, you know?
It's actually had better PR. Like, what the fuck are the big purple letters and like, what idiot?
Okay. And we're saying
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
what's this house worth?
I worked out 6 hours.
I think I'd rather fuck The Rock for $3 million.
I would.
You might too for $3 million, by the way. Just
Listen,
admit it.
I'm not saying
Brett,
I'm
you
saying,
might jump on his dick for $3 million.
Whoa! First of all, you said you'd rather fuck The Rock for $3 million, and now you're saying I'm jumping on his dick. Which one is it? And I will fuck him for $3 million.
That's what I'm saying. You would jump on his dick for $3 million.
No. Listen, ladies.
Sell his house for
Listen, you're
$300K.
confused. Ladies fuck different than boys, so like, it's different. But listen, I'm not. The Rock's not fucking me for $3 million. I'm fucking The Rock for $3 million.
Okay, so
right?
how much is it gonna take for him to fuck you? I'm just curious what it's gonna take for you to be the bitch.
$80. $80 and an Instagram picture. I'll probably get more than $3 million for the Instagram picture.
This is why I love you.
I'm not cheap, but I'm easy.
Definitely. Would you let me fuck your ass for like $1 million?
For $1 million? No, I mean.
Like, you probably let me do that for like $10, right?
Well, that's the problem. When you say $1 million, I start thinking, what do I need $1 million for? I'm like, I don't need $1 million for anything.
I'm just happy to get it.
I need $12.50 for a pack of smokes. That's all I need. So I'm about the now. What do I need now?
Oh my God, is it $12.50 per pack of smokes in Canada?
Yeah, but it's Canadian, so it's like
I'm going to
American.
Mexico. Fuck this shit.
It's like $2 American. It's not so bad.
Oh my God. This is so great. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at who's another great. Let's look at Bill Burr's house.
Oh my God, please.
So I performed at the Flappers Comedy in Burbank, and the day,
I know.
Yeah, the day after, Bill Burr stopped in and like stole the stage and did an hour or so, and I missed it. I was one day too early. I would have met him that night, and my life would have been probably worse than it is now because I would have lost.
That's how I felt about Carrot Top last month in Orlando. Except I didn't think he ruined my life by missing it for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bill Burr. Let's see what he's working. Whoa, Bill Burr's got a nice pool. Wilbur is his full name. Wilbur Burr. Bill Burr.
He's in LA though, right? So he overpaid for that.
Yeah.
The gate's nice though.
Yeah. So basically what we're letting everybody know, here's two real estate professionals letting you know that in Los Angeles, Bill Burr's house might be worth $18 million, and in Florida, you could buy a house better than that.
200,000.
For $200,000.
True.
Not for long though, because there's people are moving to Florida faster than you can shake a stick. Everybody's moving to Florida.
Oh, no.
I'm moving to Florida. Fuck it.
Not this month.
Not this month, but soon. As soon as they open up the borders, we're coming down.
All right.
All right. Bill Burr's house. Did you get throw a picture there? What's he working with? I wonder if these guys have studios in their houses. It's the only one there?
I'll be right back, though. I'm going to the fridge.
All right.
Amuse them.
Yeah, we'll amuse them here. We'll keep it on this screen here for a second. Just keep it up here for the viewers at home. So Bill Burr, much like me, is a humble cat. He doesn't like a big fancy shack. He likes a respectable shack. It's got all the creature features, all the comfort you'd like in a home, but it's certainly not of baller status. It's like ball status. If this is the house I'm looking at, I'm assuming Bill's got multiple properties. He's got that helicopter. It needs to fly from one place to another. So he's probably got multiple properties. I wonder if he's got a place in Austin yet. He probably will soon. Seems like everybody's buying a property in Texas right now because of Joe Rogan. And if you've got any bucks, that's a good place to buy some property. It's going to go up in the future. That's for sure. Elon Musk has got a pad there now, but he doesn't buy. Elon does no longer buys houses. He only rents.
Yeah, he sold all those houses and stuff.
Yeah, he sold them all to buy more Dogecoin. Shout out Dogecoin. Just so everybody knows at home, we're now accepting Dogecoin as payment for any of our comedy shows going forward.
Sorry.
It's actually my preference to pay in Dogecoin. And I'd like to welcome back here. Gretchyn is back now from the fridge. So that means...
You know what's great about being a guy?
So this
You can
means...
just pee in a Mountain Dew bottle on the road. Not the same for the women. Just saying.
I was driving along one day. This is horrible. I shouldn't tell this at all. But anyways, I was driving along one day, and I had to do that. And there was a bottle, and I was like, I could make that work. And I thought I could, and I got it working, and I was peeing in this bottle, and then a convertible drove by with this hot chick, and I started getting a little excited. Next thing I know, this fucking bottle is stuck to my dick. I can't get it off. Pee everywhere. No, I'm a simple person.
True. Well, you're not that simple if your pee got stuck.
Man, I never knew when I got older how many things I would have to do more of. One of them is
Right.
peeing, right? That's all I do is pee. Man, I used to pee straight. Now I just pee sideways. I don't even know why.
At least you can aim it. The rest of us have to hang off the side of the yacht.
No, there's
Hang
equality.
on. I'm in the back of a comedy club, pissing outside the back door because the toilets are broken.
Because it's cleaner than the
and they're
bathroom.
water, and you don't want to touch anything because
Yeah.
you're gonna get chlamydia.
Yeah, I'm like, get AIDS from the bathroom or piss in the bush. Oh, I'll
It's
piss in the
just
bush.
like that. I'm gonna take the poison ivy out back. I'm good. Take my chances. Just saying.
No, you have to carry one of those. You have to carry one of those. They're like retractable pee cone containers, so that women can pee like men. They sell them on Shark Tank. You know, like so you have to carry
Did you
around.
just say a pea cone?
Yeah, you have to carry
container?
a pee cone so that you can pee on trees like men and feel equal to us. You have to carry
Is that
this.
like a pine cone where you just go and then it just...
You stick it in so you don't have to pee anymore. You just plugs the hole and you're good to go. No, that's just... I've actually recently met a number of men, and I asked them, I'm like, hey, do you pee? Like, how do you pee? And they're like, well, we sit down to pee. And I'm like, we can't be friends anymore. I don't know why, but...
And that was their sticking point? The fact that you asked them that question didn't, like, dry up the combo? All right. Just saying.
Just saying. Oh, man.
Cheers, Brent.
Cheers, buddy.
So
Humans are
glad we
stupid.
did this.
So, I know...
What
that
are we
before-
going to do? You know, by the way, you have to come to my new show on Syndicate.
I'm going to come on. I
Oh,
wanted to ask you, you know what? We talked about it briefly, and man, life is busy. It's busy for everybody. Everybody's busy. But you mentioned to me about virtual reality
Oh my God,
right?
failed to
And I haven't
render?
done it yet, but
You
I
gotta
know.
come. And by the way, if you weren't in Canada, you come over to my house. I'd lend you my headset, and you'd go crush that shit. And you
Amazing.
would love it and buy a headset the next day because that's what happened to me. Except somebody else bought me a headset.
Okay. Well, shout out anybody at home in my neighborhood that has one of these headsets.
Oh my
I need
God.
to borrow it so I can try this online headset zombie.
Somebody lend this man a
comedy
fucking headset because it's amazing.
I just heard just now, breaking news.
Who has one?
Press
Oculus.
play.
Oculus 2.
Oculus?
Oculus 2.
They have an
Not the original. They're going out. You need it too.
Perfect. So Press Play in Hespeler, Ontario, Cambridge has an Oculus 2 headset. And I'm
He's going to
asking
be
you,
12 and lend you this headset, and I'm going to bring you in.
and Gretchen's going to get
Kyle and I are going to bring it in.
Amazing. So we're going to sort that out. What nights do you do that show?
So, funny thing, when I started, I had been waiting since March, and by about summer,
Okay.
somebody had bought me a headset, and I was like, oh my God, I can finally do fail to render. So I reached out to Kyle, and he was like, come on. And then he said, there's some shit you gotta know. And I said, don't 12-year-olds use this stuff? How hard can it be? Like, oh, you're serious? And he was all stressed that I was gonna screw it up. And he said, you don't understand. And I said, I'm 50. I got 2 computer degrees. So that night, 15 minutes before I went up, they had originally said I had like 7 minutes. And Kyle goes, you got 5 minutes. I don't even know if you're funny. And I went, what the fuck? Don't do that. Why are you doing that? I don't need you in my head right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to. What the fuck? And I said, shut up. And I got up there and I crushed their mic. And right after I got down, Kyle goes, will you come headline Saturday night at Pace? I said, oh, I am funny. And he said, I ain't saying shit. And I said, whatever. You're going to say it with your Cash App. We all became friends after that.
Nice.
Last week, Kyle came to me and he was like, hey, because there aren't a lot of comics, like real comics with headsets. So they're dealing with whoever could afford the $300 price tag.
Okay.
And they're not all headliners. And you and I both know the old school headliners don't do tech.
Yeah.
They don't even want to use their cell phones.
Yeah.
Much less know how to use Zoom. And they get paid and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So Kyle's like, can you come do Thursday night? But I don't know, whatever night it was. And I'm like, fine, I'll come do Thursday night. So last Thursday night, right before I got up, I said, I am so sorry. Will and I, who are local comics, I said, I just started writing this bit. I'm underprepared. Give me a friggin' break on your open mic tonight. You asked me to be here, but just go easy on me. And I got up and I murdered this bit while I was bubbling through this bit.
Nice.
It was so, I thought for sure they were like gonna boo me off the stage, like tell me to get the fuck out. And I killed it so bad. I don't ever want to tell it again because I don't think me bubbling through that could ever be as good as the polished set.
Yeah. I understand. So I gotta try this.
Anything else I ever do is gonna be disingenuous.
I gotta
to
try
the
this
original story.
We gotta try this virtual reality comedy.
It's amazing. You gotta come. So anybody that has an Oculus, like a newer version,
yeah,
all space VR, failed to render, ftr.com. Come on with your bad self, lend him a headset, or I'll mail mine to you.
I
will.
I have one just down the street. David,
borrow one, and I will bring you in. It'll be fun as fuck. Come on, Brent.
David's going to pull up the Rocks house for you guys to have a little look at and judge them, and I'll be right back.
All right, fair enough. Woo! David.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Crap.
You know we got dead air.
Can you hear me? Hello?
You live? Yeah. This commercial break was brought to you by Drink Hard Water, hashtag Drink Hard Water, the Foundry Brewery Company right here in Cambridge, Ontario. All right, what are we looking at here, Gretchen? Go to that other screen for a second. Let me see what's going on. We're going long form Joe Rogan style today. Oh, there we are. Look at you. I can see you. That's better. Look at you. Can't hear you, but I can see you. We did it again.
Shit.
Another one. Nope, you knocked your mic off again. Oh, we're working through it together. It's okay. Yeah, still can't hear you, but that's okay. Wow. Man, I bet you The Rock's gym is bigger than my house. That's what I'm guessing at home right now. I'm guessing The Rock's gym is bigger than my house, and I'm guessing that his penis would not fit in my bum for any money. That's what I'm guessing. If it's as big as the rest of him, it would be huge. He's like 6 foot a million. I think he's 6'4", I think is what he is. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", yeah. I'm also 6'5" when I'm on a ladder. Can't hear Gretchen, but that's fine. Gretchen's saying right now how she believes that The Rock being Samoan and African American slashed with some other cool things called drugs, that he probably has a rock this big, growth hormone into his penis every other day. You'd think he would have stopped, right? It's hard to fit it in tights when you're wrestling, but he didn't. He just kept going with that pump thing that Mike Myers had in that movie. He's just pumping it up, and like maybe I have in my bedroom. I'm not saying I have one. I'm just saying I've heard about these pump things that help make you feel like it anyways.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Save
Yes!
me. I'm falling apart here. I'm dying a slow death of 1,000 fucking cuts, right?
Fair enough. What's your favorite like band and song? You're out of Canada, so
Okay. Favorite. We're gonna talk music. I'm gonna talk music with Greg.
yes.
This is exciting. Okay.
I play drums, and you're a realtor. I'm a realtor.
Yeah. We're both real estate professionals. Somehow, we don't.
We're
know how,
both in
somehow-
comedy.
Somehow we got.
I
through.
played clarinet in high school. Did you were you a flute
I
player?
didn't blow any flutes.
Shit,
high
I
school.
don't believe you.
I did it one time in college. It's called experimentation. We've all done it.
This one time in band camp.
One time, and now forever. I'm looking at somebody that tried the flute.
All right, but who's your
Okay.
go-to
Go
band music? Go.
Go. Favorite musician? LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool J. Out of Queens. Maybe you've heard of him. The Bronx. LL Cool J. Now can be seen on every crappy cop show ever made.
True.
Right? Well,
True.
The first guy in hip hop, the very first guy in hip hop to own his own masters, which is why he's got that LL money. I think he's probably worth 60, 70 million now. It's not Jay-Z money. I think Jay-Z's a billionaire now, but he started the party. LL started the party by owning his own rights. And so that would be my earliest favorite, would be that guy. I'm also a huge Van Morrison fan, Into the Mystic is my favorite. So I'm all over the fucking place. I like a little bit, I love Garth Brooks, bit of Garth, throw that into there sometimes. I have a really, it'd be faster to say the music I don't like. And I would say, as Gretchen fixed her microphone so she could talk to us, I would say that my favorite, my least favorite music would be ska or death metal. Hate it. Hate the ska and the death metal. Still not getting Gretchen's microphone. She can hear us. I can't hear her. But I used to work at a nightclub when I was a young man, and in a different shape than I am now. Not better, not worse, just different. Don't judge yourself. I was in a different shape than I was right now. Still can't hear you, Gretchen. Maybe wiggle your wire, something like that. And oh, I heard you for a second. Whatever it is you do.
Jiggle it
there
just a little bit.
A little bit. So fuck ska.
Is it working now, or do I
Yeah.
have to
No, you're amazing. Don't do anything. Don't move.
Is this just like every night on an open mic in
Yeah.
Orlando?
Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
So you can see I have a very wide range of different music that I love.
No, it's great. I love
Yeah.
that.
I really got hard on, that sounded gay. I really got
It
hard
was
on,
so gay.
really got hard on Post Malone.
Oh my God. I tell a joke about him.
You have a joke about Post Malone?
I do.
Oh my God, I've been riding Post Malone's dick since the start, so I got to hear this. I sounded like one of those hip guys on a podcast. I've been riding his dick forever. Yeah.
Oh.
Since the start. Since he had face tattoos. I've known Post Malone since before he had face tattoos.
I said he looks like a detention desk.
He looks like... What does he look like?
A detention desk.
A detention desk. Right? Scribbling all over his fucking face like a detention desk. Kids don't know what that is because they're homeschooled.
I said his Breakfast Club goes to prison.
Breakfast Club goes to prison. That's tight. That's a good 30-year fucking mix-up. I like that.
It was the best joke ever, and I love him. He's super talented, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
But that joke is funny.
I saw Post Malone maybe 3-4 years ago open at the Air Canada Centre for Justin Bieber.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. So listen, for all those out there that aren't believers,
It would be Believers. I've worked on 2 shows with that guy, and I still don't believe shit.
you still don't believe him. So I don't know if you know this, Gretchen, but I'm actually neighbors with Justin Bieber.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Just
So
no.
Not in LA. He has an LA home, but here in Cambridge, we live.
Yeah, because he's there like 5 minutes out of every 3 years.
That's
The
about it.
bitch
He's here
isn't
for
a
2
beast
days.
at taking a pill. I'm just saying he ain't in Rhode Island.
Listen, he comes to Canada every 6 months to keep his health care, the cheap prick.
It's just like that. He's just trying to wing his way through the free healthcare system.
That's all he's
like
doing.
That.
He just pops in every 6
That
months.
bitch hasn't been home in 3 years unless somebody accused him of getting him pregnant.
Oh, dear. Oh, look, we started talking about Justin Bieber and my phone rings. Sorry, I'll talk to you later, Justin. Sorry, buddy. Listen. So, it is fun being neighbors with Justin Bieber. It has its ups and downs. The biggest down to it is that he ignores the fact that I'm his neighbor and won't talk to me. The up of it is on shows like this, I can say, hey, I'm neighbors with Justin Bieber. I could be neighbors with fucking Barack Obama. It wouldn't matter. I'm not invited to the fucking parties. Never been to one garden party at the Bieber residence. Invited him to all of mine. So anyways, fuck Justin. No. So I was at Justin Bieber's concert because I'm a romantic. I think you probably know this about me, Gretchen. I'm a romantic. And every month, on the 6th of the month, I celebrate the day that I met my wife and my girlfriend.
Your period.
Reason, right? every month on the 6th we celebrate, and on the main 6th, which is March 6th, the day we got married, the day we met, all these other things. So I can't remember very much, so I kept it one date. I'm smart that way. I took her to see the Justin Bieber concert on her birthday. Now, yes, my wife is younger than me. That's obviously for anybody under 30. So, because I'm rich, and that's what people rich do, is they get younger wives. So, older wives are nice too, and if I would recommend if I was a woman to get an older husband, because he'll die sooner, and then you can get a better one. So, I looked on the internet. I wasn't a huge Bieber fan, but I looked on the internet. I was like, what concerts are today? Because today was my anniversary, and I don't plan very well. And it said, today, Justin Bieber is playing in Toronto, and I said, I don't want to pay $6,000 for a ticket. I found some weird American website that let me buy a ticket for way too cheap. But when we got there, they were above the lights, looking at the back of the Teletron, so you got to watch the concert from up there backwards. And I was like, this is cool. But my wife and I, we went to get a beer to, celebrate our anniversary. And when we were standing there drinking our beer, a gentleman in a suit came over, like this happens to me all the time. Gretchen, you can probably relate. A gentleman in a suit comes over, pulls out a big whack of tickets and goes, are you guys sitting up here? And I go, yeah. And he goes, do you want to be? I'm like, hell no. And he said, well, I'm here from the universe, and the universe sent me to give you much better seats. And he flips through them, gives me 4th row center at the Justin Bieber fucking concert. I'm down there with all these friggin' rich millennial girls that are like so excited for Justin Bieber, and I am too. And my wife and I got to see that show in probably $2,000 tickets, thanks to some man in a suit that saw that I didn't fit in way up top there with all the other cretins trying to get to watch Justin Bieber for $12. Cheers. That's my Justin Bieber story, Gretchen. Sorry I took over the whole podcast there, all excited. But I'm a romantic. Oh dear. She did it again. She did it again. I can't hear you again, Gretchen. You did it again. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to hear what you're saying, but I can't. Oh dear. Oh guys, well, we're fighting through this podcast today, trying to keep Gretchen online, trying to keep her sound going, which is just, this is part of the life, man. We're figuring it out together. We're figuring it out. And at some point, we're going to do it from start to finish, all the way through a whole show with me and my guest, Gretchyn Boshart. We better figure this out by next Monday, because next Monday, we have 7 live comedians, and we have 4 comedians in here. What's that? Oh, there you are. Gretchen, you're... Definitely. Yeah, we need to fix this up. We need to get this on point for next Monday for our big first show with paid comedians, because no sense paying comedians if you can't hear them. And sorry, Gretchen, I wish we could hear you right now. I really do. I'm going to call you on the regular telephone later and just talk to you, because I fucking love you and I want to talk to you, for fuck's sakes. She's like, right, man. My goodness. Is there anything you can do, David, to try to fix this?
There's nothing I can do.
It's nothing on your end. She's got to like wiggle her cords or something, or it's funny how it works sometimes and then it didn't work, and she's like, "It's not me." I believe you. I believe you. I believe you that you think. I believe that you think this is not you. I totally believe that's the case. I know. She's like wiggling.
I heard something.
It's not me. It's not. I'm talking into the, right? So Gretchen knows how I feel as a lover right now. Just ineffective. Just, I'm here. I'm doing the motions, but nobody's hearing anything. Okay, guys. This is Brent Sills. I'm coming to you from the Silly Side Comedy Club today. We had a great time talking to Gretchyn Boshart. We're going to talk more to her in the future. She's going to come and join us next Monday at our big show, at our big paid comedy show. We're super excited about that. Check online for details. There's a nice picture of her right there, which is awesome. And what else is going on? Oh, this week we're doing a special thing, David. Everybody can hear us at home still? Yeah. So we're doing a special thing this week. I talked to a comic this morning, down on his luck, needs a few bucks, trying to not be homeless next week. So do us a favor, just jump on our YouTube channel, share my special, make a comment. Doesn't matter what you say. Say you love Brent. Say you think I'm stupid and you wish I would die. It's fine. Say whatever you want to say, but say something for the algorithm, and share that thing. And for each time that happens, I will give $1 towards keeping my friend from being homeless next week. And then we're also going to raise some money at next Monday's show for the same purpose. We'll be raising some money for my buddy to make sure that that he's covered at least for a week or two. Sometimes when you're down and out, David, I know that you can feel the struggle for people when they're down and out. Sometimes when you're down and out, you just need a little help up, just a week or two, just to something take the edge off. And you got a check coming later, or you got something coming, but you're like, man, I'm fucking stressed here. I just need a couple $100 to carry me through. So at Silly Side Comedy Club here, we're trying to do what we can when we can. See a need, fill a need. So we're gonna raise some bucks for that guy, and any time I see people in the community that need something, I do my best to at least acknowledge it, and if I can in some way help, we love to help where we can. So give that thing a comment and a share on your Instagram or on your Facebook or wherever those things happen. Share it on Grindr, I don't care. Share it somewhere, for fuck's sakes. Jesus Christ, like pulling teeth. And either way, I'm sure I'll find a way to help out my buddy, because that's what we do at Silly Side Comedy Club. So this is the business of comedy. We learned a lot from Gretchen today about really getting after it, hustling, asking for what you want, putting your name out there. Get yourself out there. Start reaching out to people. Reach out to me. Reach out to her. Reach out to anybody. And you never know, where that spark is going to start to flame from. So everybody out there, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep trying, and hit us up for some Zoom comedy gigs, for some live comedy gigs, or just hit us up to say hello. Good to see everybody. I'm Brent Sills from Silly Side Comedy Club. This is David, the producer. See you guys next time. Peace.
I'm hopeless in the crossfire. There's nowhere to go.